everyone, I'm Kelsey and PGK, and welcome to BuzzFeed Multiplayer's The Dungeon Club. It's a live role-playing show that follows 3 regular teenagers, played by adults, who accidentally end up on a quest in a fantasy realm. Or is it? Bum, bum, bum. If you're new to live role-playing, it's essentially a game where our DM, or Dungeon Master, leads the game players through a story where we improvise scenes and work together in real time to solve problems. None of us know where the story is going next, except, of course, the DM. At times, we'll let the DM know what we want to do if we succeed or fail based on dice rolls. So let's go around and introduce ourselves. Let's introduce the Dungeon Club one last time in Season 1.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mitch Van... I can't see in these things. My name is Mitch Van Bree. I can't see in these things. I'm in 3 layers of winter clothing. It's hot. I'm doing this for you and a little bit for me. I am a DM. I am the front man of Twin Chameleon.
Let's go next to Iffy.
Okay, you know me. It's your boy, Iffy Wadiway. Look, we got Daniel Wolf Percy. He is a multifaceted teen. You know, he started off as a jock, bucking against the meanness of it all, only to reveal that he's a secret nerd.
Hi, I'm Jenny Lorenzo. I'm playing Artemia. Her real name is Jocelyn. Fun fact about Artemia is that she pretends not to dance. But secretly, she was forced to dance multiple quinceañeras, so she knows how to salsa dance. Don't know what that adds.
That's just
to
so
my
cute.
biography.
Well, I'm Kelsey in PGK, and I play Heather Banks. She actually, has always loved a bit of rock and roll. She thinks that she'd be made fun of for it because she can't hang with all the cool rockers. She's not cool enough to be a rocker. But her favorite bands are The Clash and Queen. She loves a theatrical moment from Queen with all those intros done. Every episode, we invite a new guest player to join our campaigns. And today's guest is the incredible Dani Fernandez, an LA-based writer, comedian, and actress. She has hosted for E! News, Nerdist, Disney, and more.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dani Fernandez. I am playing Deanie, which is what my niece and nephew call me. So I love it. Instead of Dani, Deanie.
That's so cute.
She's actually the youngest of 26.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Are you pretty familiar with D&D? Do you have a lot of experience?
Yeah, but kind of on and off. Iffy and I actually did a D&D campaign for a year together. But then after that, I kind of didn't play for a year or 2. So I feel very rusty. However, I think it's like riding a bike where you can just pick it up again real quickly.
As we all continue to get ready, get our dice out, organize our stats, etc., let's pass this over to Mitch to kind of bring us back into the world and remind us of what happened last week.
So last week, our team of heroes ventured through the center of a volcano and found the portal back to the 80s, their homeworld. Or maybe not, because according to Emeth, their homeworld is actually the fantasy world. And the 80s is a prison constructed by Kenner to torture them and divide them without them even realizing it. But they went back to the 80s, and when they realized there was a fantasy interloper named Ramona, who teamed up with them. They went to the mall, got some changes of clothes for Ramona. They ran into Wolf's girlfriend, Darla, who he promptly broke up with. Props. And
it was only a matter of time.
And actually stole her car keys and her Porsche. Stopped and visited Heather's dad and her dog, and then headed to the high school where they encountered Mattel and Kenner in a heated battle. They teamed up with Mattel and fought Kenner, but he was quite the juggernaut and was transforming into various 80s movie villains and managed to pretty easily defeat them. But he didn't kill them. He told them to just leave and live their lives as he dealt with Mattel. And he kind of disintegrated Mattel and put him in this black glittering jar. But as a final act, Mattel threw this rift portal at the group and sent them back to the fantasy realm in his final act before being captured. And they now find themselves back in the same town they first landed in episode 1. But now it has drastically changed and looks almost exactly like a 80s town, as the 80s have almost completely leaked into this world. And they ended with, much like episode 1, an old man screaming at them. And with that, we will go into the season finale, episode 6, Return of the Outsiders.
Welcome to the Dungeon Club.
A passerby yells at the old man, "Stop screaming, Simus, you crazy old man. They're just kids." And he continues on his way. And the man stops screaming and sits back down on the bench. Ramona awkwardly begins to excuse herself, clearly trying not to hurt your feelings. She's, "Hey, it's been so fun. I gotta go home. It's nice meeting you." And she kind of just backs away. "Yeah, you too, bye." And you kind of get the sense that maybe you freaked her out a little bit and she's had too much. So she exits. And you also realize your power objects have changed back into their natural form. So back into, yes, the lute, the lens, and the grimoire. So you now stand in the center of the town of Sparrowsbrook, which is kind of turned into more of a like park-esque town square. What do you do?
I guess I turn to the other two and I go, "Guys, it looks like the 80s are here now. This looks entirely different. I think something's super wrong."
I don't like it
this
one
is not
bit.
good at all. Not.
I'd like to roll perception and see all the changes I notice from this fusion of worlds.
Okay.
And that
This is not the best of both worlds.
That is going to be 17.
So you look around, and the town the layout is the same, but otherwise it's almost unrecognizable. You still see dwarves and half-orcs and tieflings. You see these fantasy creatures walking around, but the roads are now paved. The buildings are stone and brick. There's neon signs in the windows. And everyone is in 80s clothing. Absolutely everyone. You look around and you actually see a new building in the square, and the marquee above it reads, "Now showing The Princess Bride and Ghostbusters."
Oh my gosh, I love those movies! Wait.
That's not... No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all weird.
What do you guys think we should do?
We should go back to that old dude who was giving us directions. I mean, he should know.
Emmett?
what
Who are we gonna
do.
call?
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah, we should
now
probably
is the
call
time
Emmett.
for jokes.
Yeah,
y'all.
we should actually call... Okay, well, I need to have some, something to laugh about.
A little levity, might
Little levity.
help mentally. I look around to see if My Little Pony is around.
Okay, don't bother rolling. You look around, you do not see any of your horses.
Great.
Okay, do either of you remember where Emmett's house is?
You guys have walked it a number of times, so you would
we
probably
do.
have a pretty good idea.
Definitely
I
do. So let's all link hands.
Well, everything looks different, so Heather's confused. Understandably.
So I say, let's go. Just follow me. Let's head back to Emmett, because he's the only one who can hopefully
Yeah.
get
Alright.
us out of this mess and explain
You begin the trek back to Emmeth's house, hopeful that he might know what's going on. And you exit the town, and as you do, you see the walls have now changed into a white picket fence. And you trek back through the forest, which thankfully seems unchanged. and you arrive at the clearing where Emeth lives. As you step back into the sunlight, you see a pile of smoldering rubble. A few cobblestone walls still stand, but the towers and the rest of the structure of his cottage have burned to the ground. And among the rubble, you see someone digging through a pile of cobblestone and burnt wood.
I walk up to the person.
All right. Dinny, would you like to describe your appearance?
Yes, Dinny is in a yellow flowing robe-like material with gorgeous knee-high boots, her ears poking out of her highlighted hair, naturally highlighted. And she has majestic red lips, and she is distraught. She is completely, utterly distraught.
Are you okay?
Emeth? No, yes, no, I'm not okay. Emeth, do you know Emeth? You know Emeth.
Yes, we know Emeth. We're looking for Emeth.
Oh my gosh, you're looking for Emeth. Is he dead?
Yes. I don't know.
Dead.
I just got
We're
here.
wondering the same thing.
Oh, you, who, which woman, which? Yes, you, purple,
I guess that's
witch.
me. Yes.
Yes, which?
No, but
do you?
I'm not really a witch,
you know
but
Emeth?
I get it.
Which woman?
We all.
Do you know Emeth?
Yes,
tell
I
me
the
your
witch,
secrets.
Yes, I the witch woman. Know Emeth. We all do.
Okay.
But I do not have witch powers, and so I cannot tell you
You
where he is.
banished him.
No,
No, strong man, please, strong man. Do you know Emeth? Strong man?
Sorry, I'm not used to people calling me strong man, but
sure you're not.
I don't know where. I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is.
We're being super helpful.
Oh, Lord.
We just arrived in this town, and we were looking for him too, but we just saw you here. Do you know what happened?
No. I went to a refreshment establishment, the cuddly duck. I believe they told me to find Emeth. There has been this weird, unexplained phenomenon happening where people have been saying weird things like cowabunga and saying that I'm wigging out and that I am not chill, and I'm trying to figure out what is going on. I'm Dinny, by the way. I'm Dinny.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, you're the first one to actually acknowledge that weird things are going on. So I'd say you're a step ahead, and I think we need to work together. And Daniel steps right up to Dinny, face to face. I think we have to work together. I think we must stay one on one, close, combine our strengths, and be there for each other.
Yes, strong man. Yes, I have been looking for help, and it's unfortunate. I have sworn my life's work to get rid of whoever caused this. It's unfortunate that I must murder them, but I must murder whoever brought this here. Unfortunately.
Oh, well, we want to hurt him too. I think we know who's at the bottom of this.
Those people.
It is a him. Okay.
We will murder in your name.
Yes.
Dinny. We will murder in your name. We'll do whatever it takes.
I am not a murderous kind. I have never murdered in my life, but my people are actually a very kind, soft people. I come from a family of 28, including my mother and my father, and but it is upon me, my life's work, that I must stop what is happening here. It is affecting my culture and my heritage, and I just feel that those responsible, unfortunately, must die at my hands. So.
Oh,
Okay. Well. And Wolf picks up Denny's hand and holds it in his and goes, I will. I'll make sure not to sully your hands with murder. I will. I'll do whatever it takes to get this
Wow.
dastardly, gross.
Heather looks over at Artemia
Okay, that's enough, Daniel.
and makes a face.
And I look back at Heather and make a face that matches hers. We're on the same page here. We both want to strangle Daniel.
We know what we know. We got to do what it takes. We know. We will do it
Okay. All right.
together as a team.
I
Thank
begin to
you.
look around the rubble to see if there's any sign of information that I may
Sure. Go ahead.
uncover.
Yes. Roll investigation.
Okie dokie.
And yeah.
Let us
Okay, that
investigate.
is a 17 plus 5, so 22.
Way to go! So yeah, you begin sifting through the ash and rubble, and after a couple minutes of searching, it seems a lot has been left behind, or just this. It wasn't. You can see many of his alchemy things broken on the ground. Books scattered everywhere, just absolutely burned up. But as you search, a large, scorched tome catches your eye. It's almost completely destroyed, save for one surviving page. An intricate, full-page illustration of two young boys with identical faces and faint halos around their hands and feet. One of them has icy blue eyes, and the other has kind of a warm reddish chestnut eye color. And they appear to be passing a golden cup between them. In the background, lightning strikes an otherwise serene mountain range. No, in the picture.
Oh! I was like, ominous! Okay. Guys, I found something. Deanie, does this mean anything to you? And I run up to
Oh my
Deanie.
gosh. Yes, red-headed fairy, please, thank you. No, I don't know if I've seen this before. I am unsure. Which? Please, weigh in.
Well, I have no idea either. I mean, it's sort of. I turn to Daniel and Heather, and I tell them, "Doesn't this remind you of maybe something we witnessed back at the high school?"
Yeah, that's
Principal and Mattel. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
They could have nothing to do with each other. I'm just saying, it's kind of reminds me of that. And then the color scheme, blue usually means angelic and nice, and then red means not so nice, maybe demonic.
Maybe.
So
I don't honestly remember either man's eye color. I guess I didn't check it out.
but it's symbolic.
Yeah.
Maybe of these two.
Maybe.
But what do you think?
Do you think they were related in any way?
I mean, I don't know if my brain is going to telenovela level, but it could be. A lot of things are possible. Anything is possible.
True.
hold on.
Well, from here, it honestly just feels like we need to find Kenner. Something that he's done is going crazy. And now that world he created is bleeding into this one.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think we all should band together and put a stop to this. As we are known, as us heroes, as we venture forth, putting our life on the line for those we love. And old dear, you're right. One, Heather Banks. Another, Artemia Gomez. Let's venture
this a
forth
movie
like we always
trailer?
do. As adventurers who put our hearts and souls on the line. to do what's right.
I can tell you all are true heroes. I can tell.
Oh.
This whole thing has just been bogus.
Whoops. Where'd you get that?
That is not. See, it's taking over. It is an evil
just
spirit.
gas.
That.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just
Oh,
gassing.
yeah.
No, it's
It
very
looks
gnarly.
fine.
But don't worry,
Okay,
Dini,
well,
because I think we are all ready to embark on a bogus journey.
yes.
Heather kind of like takes the photo that she has in her hands and kind of like moves it around and tries to see if any of the mountains around look like the mountain in that photo.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okie dokie. Where is my perception on this? Exactly, Chewy. I don't know either. There it is. Got it. Sorry about that. Ooh, that's a 12.
12. You all look around, and there is definitely no match. But the landscape and kind of the general appearance of the mountain range and surrounding terrain in the image does seem similar to the landscape you are currently in. So there's no exact match, but you maybe get the sense that
It's nearby.
it's kind of in this in this area, but you definitely would have no idea where to go.
Are there any
Could
animals around?
Actually, it's funny you should mention
Oh,
because
no.
at this very moment you hear rapidly approaching the galloping of hooves hitting the ground, and from the forest your 3 horses appear, still looking
I cast.
exactly as you left them, but they now have very long manes and dirty coats, and they
I cast
they
speak
run
with
up to you.
animals.
Okay, you cast speak with animals, and the first thing is Wolf's horse Kit says, "That is unnecessary, Heather, as I am able to speak."
Good point. Good point. I was thinking about my horse, but good point, Kit. All right, now I can speak to all of you, though. And then I look at them all and I go, "Hey guys, do you happen to know what happened here?"
We do not. We've just been roaming the lands for the past year since you left.
Year?
What now? What?
Yes.
Does a year mean the same thing here as it does 365?
Yes.
Okay.
What has happened? What has happened within the year, my steeds?
Can I interject? Because I forget that I have this item, and it may or may not help, but could my lens provide me with any sort of insight, or is that something I cannot use right now?
It's just for the sake of time, rather than making you try it. It will. It won't give you entirely generalized insight. It's kind of more in specific uses. So just like what happened, is a little too broad.
I wanted to use it on the drawing specifically, but I'm not sure if that'll do anything.
Gotcha. You can go ahead and give it a shot.
I pet the horse.
Okay, so
Who's a good girl?
you take your so you can roll insight with advantage. Artemia is kind of how that mechanic works. So go ahead and roll insight with advantage and let me know what you get.
15.
15? Okay, great. So yeah, your lens floats down in front of your face and kind of rotates, and you hold the image on the other side of it. And as you do, the 2 boys' faces change, and you can see them in adult form. And you gather that the blue-eyed boy is actually, both faces appear very similar to Kenner's face, your principal. But that's all that you see.
Did you see anything, Artemia?
Well, it looks like my intuition was a little accurate. It's
Okay.
You know how they look like boys right now?
Yeah.
It appeared to me in adult form, and that's our principal, Kenner.
Okay, well then who's the other boy? Does he have a twin?
Looks like the twin might be Emmett. I mean, just as a guess.
You think?
I mean, yes.
Emmett?
I mean, we found it here. Yeah, maybe they're twin. Maybe they're twin brothers, and that's.
Deanie, do you
It's
know if Emmett has
Scandalo.
a twin?
They didn't tell me that. At the duckling bar, they did not mention a twin. Perhaps eaten at birth? No? It's very common in elf, and I just...
If
Oh.
Wolf, your Kit steps forward to you and says, "Wolf, if I may, it seems it might be wise to return to town and ask if anyone knows what happened here."
You know what? You're right. And so I run and I try and jump off a piece of the rubble to backflip onto.
Acrobatics.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
giving me quite the acrobatics roll right now.
Oh yes, let's go. Oh, that was.
You use that
that's
inspiration for this one moment.
Oh yeah, you better believe it. I'm using inspiration. All right,
So
and even with inspiration, that's going to be 12.
Great.
You run up and you leap into the air and you flip, and as you do, you kind of just land on the saddle, but you land on the side of your body. Just kind of. And you
All right,
Close enough.
kick your leg
Close
over.
enough, Daniel.
if you'd
Kit goes,
like
"That was
a
very
ride, Deanie, there's room on Kit here.
Is this how you ride your horses?
This is how a
hero this-
rides a horse.
Oh.
Sure is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heather's just like with her hands on her face, just like trying not to convey any emotion.
All right.
Artemia definitely took some photos of that.
Do we want to ride out, everyone?
Yeah, and Heather
Your
just like
voice
very
getting
gracefully
deeper?
like hops onto
I don't
the.
know what you're talking about, Artemia. I sound like this all the time.
Okay.
Heather kind of whispers to Artemia like the amount of times he's changed his voice during our time with him is kind of staggering.
Truly is. He has a career in voice acting, that's for sure.
Athena goes, "Yes, even I've noticed."
You would. You're so perceptive. And I like pet her head.
I'm
And
the
then I go,
worst. I haven't
"Okay, Athena,
interacted with
let's
my
go."
horse.
I too have a
nerd.
horse. I
Really?
too. My horse is also here. Yes, Donna. Donna. It's Deanie. Donna. And I hear
Son-
my horse start.
Yeah. Suddenly, you hear galloping, and then appearing before you, kind of in this beam of light, is this emerging like spectral horse that appears magically out of thin air.
Oh,
Whoa.
my child. Oh, I did not actually birth her. That it's just a term that we use, child, meaning that she is my daughter, my horse daughter, but not my real daughter. I did not birth her.
I get it.
Got it. Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, I know that you're not from here, and I technically am not from here. So, and I know which definitely not. So, But Donna, please say hi to the other horses and beans. And then Donna just does a head nod. That's literally all she does.
Cool. So you all mount your horses, and you head back into the town of Sparrows Brook, and you ride back to kind of the town square, where once again it seems the same shops are there. There's the Cuddly Duckling Tavern. There is the blacksmith's shop, the provisions store, the music store. So where would you like to go?
I would like to get my daggers sharpened. Dagger, singular.
Okay.
Let's go there.
Great. So you go.
Do that. Let's do some sharpening.
Ooh.
You walk to the blacksmith shop, which now has a glass door that you push open. Ding, ding, ding. And there's a dwarf. Yes, hello. Hello, how may I help you?
I walk up to the dwarf and I say, "Hello, good sir, majesty, whatever you call yourself in this fine town. Can I please sharpen my weapons?"
Yes, of course.
I'd like to sharpen all the things.
He takes them from you. He goes, "Oh, I recognize this. This is my handiwork. Oh, I know who you guys. I remember you from. I remember you from a year ago.
That's right.
A year
We've been
ago.
gone a whole
yes.
year. A whole
What's
year.
happened since we've been
Whoa.
gone?
Not much. Just a couple, cosmetic changes and such, but otherwise everything's been totally tubular.
It's a nice choice of words.
Anyway,
do you
let me
happen to
sharpen
know-
it. Since you bought them here, it's free of charge. And he sharpens your
Oh.
blades on a grindstone and he gives them back.
Thank you. I thank him. And I put my weapons away.
Heather kind of goes up to him and is like, "Do you happen to know where Emeth went?
Oh,
His house is burned
that
down."
old boy. Well, no, him being a wizard and all, I don't see him much. He doesn't really use weapons. He uses the spells, the wizards. So.
Oh. Is there
no,
anyone
I
in
haven't seen him,
town
but
that would see him regularly?
He's a regular at the Cuddly Duckling. If you'd like to ask around there, the bartender
Okay.
probably knows something. If there's anything to know.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. And then Heather also
I-
kind of like turns and
Excuse me, miss. I notice you're carrying everything in a potato sack. Would you like a quiver?
"Oh, what's a quiver?"
Well, it holds your bolts for the crossbow instead of putting them all in a potato sack.
Heather kind of like takes the potato sack off her back and kind of looks at it forlornly, almost in like a very nostalgic way of like, "Oh," and she goes, "I think I'm okay, thank you."
Suit yourself.
She puts
Classic Heather.
it back onto her back. She
Well,
keeps the sack.
Good sir, I have but a simple request for you. I'm wondering if you would take the quick time, use your skills that have been bestowed upon you as I, a holder of skills, to inspect my own blade and see the strength of the blade and see how strong my blade may be and how strong the wielder of said blade may pretend to be as well.
What?
All right.
Oh.
Well, he just missed that entire performance, but I was touched, Daniel.
So did you say something?
No, never mind. I think we'll be wasting time if we repeat that again.
Jolly good.
Heather turns to the others and is like, I think we should check out the Cuddly Duckling. Didi,
Yeah, let's do
you
that.
talked to them there. Yeah. And so they all depart.
Okay. You make your way over to the Cuddly Duckling. It now it now has a strange, kind of a slightly different layout. And as you walk in, it seems there are a bunch of soldiers or sailors or something, and they're all gathered around one woman at the bar, like, you lost that love and feeling. And she seems to be enjoying it, despite it just being really strange. But you kind of ignore that, the group of military men singing, and you walk up to the gnome bartender who greets you, goes, hey, what can I get you?
You could actually get us some information. Do you happen to know what's become of Emeth? We went by his house today, and it's been burned to the ground.
What?
Have you seen him? Do you know anything?
He was here late last night.
What happened?
He came in and he seemed a little shaken, and I served him a drink, and I mentioned that a couple hours prior, a traveler had come into town and asked about him, and I recommended that she come see him. Oh, it was you. Yeah, you came in last night, and I said, hey, a traveler came in. I think you might have some business. And then he got really nervous, and he left. And I think he ran across to the provisions shop, but I lost track of him. It was very strange. But I saw him just last night.
While this conversation is happening, Daniel has stepped away and went back to the military guys. I was like, hey, how's it going, fellas? I think it's time for a volleyball match, don't you think? Just get out there, a couple of guys hitting around a volleyball, a couple of fellas, showing their strength, getting real sweaty out in the sand.
One of the soldiers, he's got short, spiky blonde hair. He's really muscular. Comes up to you, and he goes, well, you're in luck. We have a sand volleyball court out back.
Oh.
And he takes off his shirt, revealing just this glistening, oiled body of just pecs and abs.
Yeah, all right. I'm ready for a little bit of V-ball, too.
Really?
All right, so you go.
Hey.
Heather asked the gnome bartender for a drink.
He gives you a drink. He says, "This one's on the house," and you drink it, and it's tab.
Thank you. Heck yeah!
And Wolf begins to head out back into a sun-drenched volleyball court, and the soldiers all have their shirts off now. They're really into it, and you get the sense that this game is probably going to take a while.
Oh. Can Heather run out and go talk to the person that the bartender said and then come back while this is all going down?
Sure, yes, you can do that.
You guys have fun. Heather's gonna okay, have fun, Daniel. I hope that you totally rock that court.
I'm a rocket.
Artemia, do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay with Deanie and Daniel? Also, Deanie, up to you where you would like to go.
Oh, well, I do enjoy a good competition, for sure. But I could take part in some conversational merriment. So, yes, Fairy, I will go with you.
I just want some potatoes.
Heather immediately feels very bad but she wanted to give Deanie the option. She's like, okay, Daniel, we'll be right back. So we'll probably be back by the time you're in the middle of it. So we'll get to see all your trick shots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, yeah. Okay, cool.
She's trying to help him out. She's like, cool. And then they all leave.
Never been into sports, so I appreciate you, Heather, very much.
Well, they walk away. Yeah, they walk away as you're on the opposite team from the cocky blonde-haired guy, and on your team there seems to be an even more cocky, dark-haired guy in aviators, who is
Ooh.
somehow more insufferable than the first. And you begin playing your volleyball match as the three women head to the provision store. So we'll cut to
You hitting
them.
that volleyball like a real maverick, buddy.
So you go to the provision store, and you step inside, and it's now like there are mannequins showing off different clothing options. There are supplies
cute.
hanging on the walls, but it's still
Heather,
the same
like-
woman who's
Heather's
behind the counter.
slightly distracted by like the really cute outfits for like a hot second, and then she resets her brain. She's like, "No, Heather, this is not the time." And she like walks over to the woman.
Hello, welcome to my
Hello.
shop.
Hi, I just wanted to know. We've been trying to find Emmeth, and we heard that he came to your shop last night.
Oh, yes. Well, actually, he came first. He came to my house. It was the wee hours of the morn, and he knocked on my door and said it was an emergency and that he'd pay double. So I came down here to the shop with him, and he bought a day's rations and some cold weather clothing, just a coat, and that's it. And he left.
Do you know which way he went?
Well, the only mountain town within a day's ride is Calderidge. You should check there.
Okay. Thank you.
Calderidge.
You're welcome.
I have one more
you might
question,
want to coat
ma'am.
yourself if you're...
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I was gonna. I'm sorry. Do you know what it means to hang 10? To hang 10.
No, I'm afraid I
No?
don't.
Okay.
It sounds radical.
I heard somebody. See, I heard somebody in this town. They were whispers of hanging 10. So if you could, give us some extra hang 10.
I don't think I know what you're saying.
Sure. Of course. No problem. I got it.
Okay. Good.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. If you're gonna go to Calderidge, you might want a coat.
Yes.
Sure. Can we take 4? One for a very tall and muscular man, and then 3 for us.
Sure. And she just goes into one of the shelves, and she just grabs 4 varying colors, super neon ski jackets, like mint and neon pink and like orange and green, and she gives you.
Heather grabs the pink one. It's like I bought something.
And you still have your coin purse, so you pay her from your
I
bottomless
pay her
coin
with my bottomless coin purse.
and you head back
you-
to. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Can I get mine in child size? These are too big on me. I look like a child trying on her mom's clothes.
She goes and she gets you a smaller size. And
Thank you. The color's atrocious, but it'll do.
Deanie holds up the yellow one. It's lightning. It looks just like lightning. It's lightning. Wow.
Ooh,
Never seen
that's
this color except in the sky and on occasion with fireflies. How many fires did you kill to make?
oh, no, we didn't kill anything to make that.
It's vegan. Okay. It's vegan.
I guess. It looks hip on you.
Oh, it looks very bodacious. Oh,
Hi.
this other language. It just keeps coming out of my mouth.
Sounds
need-
normal to me.
I need a cold glass of milk or something. Just something to calm the nerves. Chamomile.
Well, let's go back to the bar. We can get you a cold glass of whatever they got. Thank you so much for your help
Thank you.
and for these coats. And Heather heads back to the volleyball match to see What is transpired?
You head back to once again a sun-drenched, slow-motion volleyball game. Everyone's got their
it was the right time to walk away. When dreaming takes you nowhere, it's time to play. Body's working overtime. Your money don't matter. The time keeps ticking.
Go,
when someone's on your mind.
Yes.
Sorry, y'all. I'm just playing with the boys.
You all walk up as Wolf jumps up into the air and spikes the ball down for the final point and the victory.
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Yeah.
And then your teammate, he comes up, he gives you a high five, and goes, "Hey, you really iced him. Good job."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you're a real ice man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's real hot and sweaty out here, fellas. Oh, y'all are done with the trip. Sorry, I just got real into that volleyball game. You know, sometimes I just see a moment to get active and I just do it. You know, so I'm sorry. Sorry, I would totally come with you.
We got to something. Heather, want to show them what we got?
Oh, yeah, we found out that Emeth, we think, went to the nearest mountain town, and so we got you coat. And she like pulls out the coat behind her back, and it's like, and it's like super
thank you so
puffy
much,
and whatever color Mitch says it is.
It is neon pink, purple, and orange.
Woo!
That actually, that's great. These colors really
look great on you. Yep.
Yeah, they look
so
great.
Right.
And they highlight my bulging pectorals right now. So
yes,
And it's
totally rad.
not made from fireflies. So
Absolutely not. It's great. It's
All
a great
right.
bonus.
all right.
No fireflies were harmed in the making of these
vegan.
pieces of clothing.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll head out. I am sweating profusely, but I'm definitely playing it off. Like I'm
Well-
like the coat is not helping. I'm very hot, but
I don't even know if it's necessary that we're wearing it now.
I'll wear it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sure. It's
I'll wear it.
yes.
You go out and you hop onto your horses, and as you're departing, the soldiers kind of come out from the bar and they go, see you, Wolf. Like, nice meeting you. Be careful on the road. It can be a real danger zone.
Yeah.
And
But sometimes
and
you got to take the highway to it.
Yeah, someone's popular.
And you got directions from the provisions store owner, and
Great.
you begin the ride to Calderidge, which you should arrive by evening. And with that, we will take a short break.
Well, hey everybody, it's your favorite time, or at least I hope your favorite time. It's my favorite time. Anyway, it is to talk with Heather 2, or I guess just like talk with Heather. But you guys can ask me any questions in the chat, and I'll be free to be as candid and as possible. What's my dog's name? It's kind of embarrassing. I named my dog Doggy. They let me name it, and I kind of dropped the ball on that one. So the dog's name is Doggy. I don't talk about him much. Not very creative as a kid. I wasn't. How are you gonna stop Wolf from overdoing it? You know, Hannah, I don't want to, get in the middle of someone else's game. I can clearly see that he's really showing off. And if it works out for him, great. I might take him aside, though, at some point and give him a little heart-to-heart. We'll see how it goes. But he's having fun. Although I'm very optimistic, how do you think I'll cope if things never get back to normal? I don't know. I can't always predict how I'm going to feel before I feel it. I don't really know what normal is anymore, to be honest. I thought I was one person, and now I'm being told that I'm an entirely other person. But I'm also being told by a someone who lied to me. So I don't really know who to trust right now. I just want to make sure everybody's okay and do my best to make everything right. What's in my handbag? I mean, potato sack. Great question. So in my potato sack, I have my weapon that I don't really like to touch. It's my crossbow. I also have some like minor provisions, a little sleep sack for sleeping. I also have this really cool thing that Emmett gave me when I first met him. It's like a pen almost that you click and then it doesn't move. So I'm kind of waiting for a good moment to use that. And then I've got a bunch of flowers, and sometimes I have my cloak that I got. Oh, I guess it's the end of the time with us. I can't believe it's over already. But thank you guys for talking with me, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Thanks for your support.
Welcome back to the finale of the Dungeon Club.
Oh.
Where did that come from? Yikes.
Wolf's really going in hard on them.
Yeah.
That's what
All
happens when you
right.
play
Love
too
the
much Ghost of
sword props.
Tsushima. Yeah.
You just have a sword on deck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a sword guy.
Oh
now.
my god.
Plant dad, sword guy.
Huh.
More hobbies.
You're a plant dad now?
I'm gonna go pick some babies up today. I'm trying to look like
Oh.
Danny.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch behind her.
I see a snake plant in there. Mad props.
Ooh.
Love me a snake
Pretty
plant.
bird.
I'm a snake.
Pretty bird.
I still can't keep succulents alive. Just save my life.
I water my snake plant once a month, and it's incredible.
Snake plants are easy. Yeah, they're like the easiest.
Yeah.
One of the easiest. Yeah.
Welcome to Plant Talk,
Yeah.
part of the D&D show that you didn't expect you to. You have two?
Plant Talk on NPR.
I want an avocado
This is
tree.
Selma.
Tell us about your plans.
This is
Beautiful.
Selma. She is 5 years old. I adopted her,
Oh.
Okay, cute.
and
Very cute.
she's a Gemini. So
Ah.
Love that for her.
Okay, but for real though, we're not going to get through this session if we don't get started. So,
All right, let's jump back in.
you guys ride for the majority of the day, and you ride high into the mountains. And as you go, the snow becomes thicker and thicker as you ascend. Eventually, you crest a ridge, and in a distant valley, you see a town. As you draw near, you see it's made up of like Swiss chalets, and it looks like there are little people all over the mountain. Are they? Yes, they're skiing. There are ski lifts. It's a ski town. So that you keep riding, and that evening you finally reach the town, and you see people clad in, similarly to you, aggressively neon ski suits and beanies. And it just resembles a kind of a modern, like Swiss-themed ski resort town. But you immediately take notice of one building in particular because it doesn't seem to have changed at all. And that is a large Gothic temple in the center of town.
That one's pretty.
should we ask the angels? The angels. There's also many angels floating around. They're gliding. Should we ask the angels?
Oh, yeah, let's ask the angels.
Okay. So we go over to ask the angels.
All right, so you go up to just a random group of skiers who are just, putting their skis in the racks and preparing to go into a lodge.
Celestial beings. We are searching an Emeth. Perhaps your god, has alerted you of him. We are searching for witch. What did Emeth look like? Oh, she is a kind witch. She is angels. She is a fallen angel.
Okay,
if you
hold
will.
on. Take it,
Sure.
bro. I need you to just calm. I don't know what you're saying, and it's just like bouncing right off my dome. So can we are you good? Everything okay on your end? Everything?
Yeah, we're good. We're looking for a friend. His name's Emmeth. He might have come into town like just a day ago.
Huh. He turns to his friend. You know an Emmeth? Oh man, is that dude that did the sick double cork on the slopes last night? No, that's not Emmett. That's Eric. Oh, no, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Cool. Have fun on the slopes.
And please,
you too.
please tell my Nana I love her and miss her. Please, thank you. He did not know.
I think most of these people are clueless, if not all of them. So I think we're going to have to look for clues ourselves.
So should we go to the building that looks the same?
Yep.
Yeah. We go to that
that's
building.
a good idea.
All right. You go to this large Gothic temple and you push open the heavy double doors. And as you enter, there seems to be a bit of commotion. There are 4 monks kind of standing in the center, and they're in white robes, and they are kind of bickering and shouting at each other. And you see 2 others at the perimeter furiously searching under chairs and in the bookshelves that line the interior of the building. They're all older men dressed in these white robes.
They all seem to be looking for something.
2 do. 4 just seem to be standing and bickering with each other.
Okay.
I roll. I try to use my perception to see if I can figure out what's going on.
Okay. Insight would be a more appropriate roll.
Insight. I try to use my insight. Dang it! I don't have as much insight bonus. All right, I'll roll insight. 6.
What's going on?
I
Something seems off.
You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration, and I'm gonna roll inside again. Ooh, 16.
All right, you see, you kind of look behind them, and you see that there is an empty pedestal bathed in sunlight, kind of in the center, just behind where they're standing and bickering. And the walls of the alcove around it are decorated with detailed frescoes showing scenes from various religious epics, none of which are familiar to you. But one scene stands out amongst the rest, and that is one of a dark mountainous backdrop, illuminated only by jagged streaks of white lightning. And a hooded figure in icy blue robes stands triumphantly with his arms outstretched, a glittering black urn held high in his haloed hand as the bolts strike the ground around him.
I turn around to my friends and I go,
boy.
guys, I see behind them there's this thing that looks just like our photo, but worse. And I show it to them. This looks bad, guys.
At this point, one of the brothers, one of the monks, kind of one of the oldest, most superior looking one, he comes up and he goes, "Oh, you'll have to pardon us. How may we help you?"
We're looking for a friend.
Yeah.
His name is Emmett.
His name's
Emmett.
I'm afraid we don't know anyone with that name, and I apologize. We're a little preoccupied. Our sacred tome has gone missing. And he gestures to this empty pedestal that's bathed in sunlight, but there's nothing on it.
Has anything weird happened in town in the last 24 hours?
As you ask this, you hear engines, a sound of engines approaching from outside. Suddenly, the large front doors slam open, and a human woman in white-fringed, light blue robes enters, flanked by 12 others in similar but far less ornate clothing. She has cropped blonde hair and a battle-hardened face. You see a flash of armor peek out from under her robes. and her crew approach you and the monks. The time of prophecy is upon us. Our great master Kenner, the deserving, the powerful, the harbinger of renewal, has conquered his brother. His transcendence from demigod to glorious godhood has begun, and he requests the monk's presence at the ritual. The head monk then steps forward. We are an order of pacifists. Kenner and you murderous cultists will receive no assistance from us. I'm afraid I misspoke. I said requests. I meant commands. Seize them. The woman turns and begins to exit the temple without looking back. Cultists grab each monk and begin dragging them out the door behind her. And without looking back, she just says, "Kill the kids." And the 6 remaining cultists draw their chains and stand between you and the exit.
I turn to Dinny and I say, Kenner's the one that's done all of this. Kenner's the one we want to battle.
And I hope she knows I am at least 100 years old. I am not a child.
It's the moisturizer,
the cultists draw their blades and they go, "You'll never reach Kenner." Roll initiative.
Nope. Dang. Oh my gosh. Okay,
19.
my initiative is...
What's that, Heather?
Oh, I got
For me.
15 for Wolf.
14.
14 for Heather. What do you got, Artemia?
19.
And Binny.
Oh, I'm trying to find mine. Oh.
Initiative is up at the top. INT, I think is
It's
Should be near armor
10.
class at the top.
10.
Yeah.
All right. Artemia, you're first. What do you do?
Okay, so how many people are here right now? There's 4?
There are, well, 4 of you, 6. No, the
Yes,
monks all are they're dragged out. They're being taken by the other cultists, and you're walled off from the front by 6 cultists who are blocking your way.
Oh, the cultists. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight for one of them with my dagger.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. And keep in mind, you since you're going before them, you've got that rogue perk.
Yes. Is it too late to sneak attack?
No, because you have that perk, you can sneak attack.
Okay, great. So I rolled 15.
Okay, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Six.
6 damage. Is that with your sneak attack damage as well?
It is not. I can do that. That is 9.
9. All right.
With my sneak attack.
You walk up with your in one swift motion as they're drawing their blade, in just a blur, you rush up with your dagger and swipe across the cultist's chest, and he just crumples to the ground, incapacitated. Way to go. You knocked one out of the game immediately.
Ooh.
Wolf, you're up.
I go up to the other cultists and I say, "Here comes the boom," and cast Booming Blade as I attack.
All right.
All right, that is going to be 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so for the sword itself, it does. What is this? Okay. Oh, okay. That is going to be, sorry about that. That's going to be 8 damage for the blade itself, and for the booming blade, it's going to be another 8 damage.
All right. You come up with your blade and strike with magical force. Boom! This explosion ripples and throws the cultist back up against the wall. and he just slides down, knocked out completely.
Ooh.
Heather, you're up.
Okay. I am going to use. Let's do Shatter. So Heather's going to make a loud. She's pulling out her guitar and she makes a loud ringing noise with it. That's incredibly intense. And she makes it erupt near the largest amount of cultists, and each one of them within a 10-foot radius must take a Constitution saving throw. So yeah.
Okay, so that'll hit 2 of them.
Sick.
And what's the save value?
The 14.
14. Okay. They both succeed.
They succeed?
Yeah. Do they take any
Okay.
damage at all? Is there half damage, or is it no damage on a success?
On a failed save, half as much damage on a successful save. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and roll
So-
damage, and let me know what the full damage amount is, and I'll give them half.
Full damage is 17.
Okay. Cool. So 2 of the cultists are now like bleeding from their ears, and look very worse for wear, but are still in the fight. Dinny, you're up.
Oh, I hate doing this. I hate having to do this. And I just like throw my battle axe at them.
All right.
This is
Go
terrible,
ahead.
horrible. I feel awful about it, but it is my chosen duty. It is my chosen duty.
Heather's like, I know, right? It's terrible.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay.
At last, someone understands me and my passion for nonviolence.
14.
A 14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. By the way, are you throwing this at one of the injured cultists or one of the uninjured cultists?
I'm throwing it at the 2 injured, like, in a way that it could hit both of them.
Oh, you're trying. I'm gonna make you do another roll if you're trying to ricochet.
Damage was 7. But I feel like
Okay.
don't I have inspiration where I could
You
get?
do.
You do, but honestly, don't.
Oh, okay.
Not in, not in this
thank
case
you.
because you're gonna get. Can you make a? Can you make a sleight of hand check for me?
Yes.
It'd be in the middle there. One of your skills in the middle of the sheet.
Okay. Yes, I can. 15.
All right. I'll permit it this one. You throw the axe, and you throw it sideways like a frisbee, and it hurtles around. And the first slices the gashes into the arm of the first cultist, and then ricochets off and lodges into the rib cage of the other injured cultist, and both of them fall to the ground. So you've only got 2.
Terrible. Awful. I feel horrible about that.
I think you like it.
It had to be done.
Welcome.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing. So.
There are 2 remaining cultists. The first one runs up to Wolf and swings fervently with their sword, and it just Wolf, you just put up your shield, not even like, you just kind of put it up, and the sword just bounces right off.
Okay.
They don't seem to be the best fighters in the world, just very passionate.
Yeah.
The second cultist runs up to Dinny. And as he runs up with his sword, he swings through, and his sword slips, and he accidentally just chucks it across the room with a critical failure. So now we go back to Artemia. There is one cultist without any weapons, and another with Dinny, and then another at Wolf still attacking. What do? You have advantage on either because they're within 5 feet of an ally.
Okay, so I'm gonna sneak attack on the one attacking Wolf.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit with advantage. Or no, not with advantage. I'm sorry. Just go ahead and roll to hit.
22.
That hits. Roll damage.
9.
All right. You run up behind and quite brutally, just once again in your classic fashion, just dagger straight in the back, right in the spine. And it goes and just slowly sinks down to their knees before collapsing back onto the ground. Leaving just the
I've been
cultist with no
practicing that
weapon.
laugh.
Wolf, you're up. Dinny is being attacked by a cultist with no weapon. Wolf, what do you do?
I run straight to the cultist with no weapon. I say, unhand her, you grim, dark buffoon of treacherous properties who dare step foot upon the energy of someone more pure than thou. And and then
It's true. I am a virgin. It is true. I am
Whoa. Okay.
booming
All right.
blade, and I use my
Not
inspiration
until
for it. Oh wow! So it's I swing for 16.
That hits. Roll damage.
All right. Yes. All right. So then I'm gonna go ahead and swing my blade, and that does 8 damage. And then I'm gonna hit you with that booming blade, and that's
Hit you
gonna
with
do
that boom
2.
boom pow.
Yeah, that boom boom pow. And then actually, does he still stand before me after that 10 damage?
No.
Okay. Well, are there any other bogeys near me?
No, they all seem to just be scattered around now, just completely knocked out or dead.
Okay.
Cool. Six.
Tight.
Success.
But as you knock out the last one, you hear the sound of engines speeding away from outside the temple.
Let's go. We can try to catch them. And I run. I book it out.
And I follow.
You book it out the front door, and you look up the street, and you see a group of snowmobiles with the cultists and the monks tied to the back, zooming through the town, kind of in the direction up the mountain. But as you walk outside, you see there are 3 snowmobiles, orange snowmobiles, with like treads on each side and one ski in the center, and a little headlight on the front, that are there with the engines running and a hand crossbow attached to the side.
I get on one and I touch my hand to it and I use prestidigitation.
Seeing them.
I use my cantrip to make it pink, and then I'm like,
right.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Cool. There's only 3 though, so someone needs to hop on.
Oh, there's only 3. Who's gonna blink up?
Once
I guess I'm
again, I am the
out.
size of a small child, so I will hop on anyone's back.
But what are these horses? I've never seen these horses before.
Oh.
You know how to work these magical horses?
Sort
You
of. I
watch
went
as
to
the
Gatlinburg,
cultists and the
Tennessee
monks
once.
will get further and further away.
Okay, Deanie needs to just jump on one of us.
Yeah.
Deanie, you choose. Who do you want to ride with?
Fairy woman. Yes, I will come with you.
Okay, hop on. And Heather kind of makes like a face to Wolf, like sorry. I'm really sorry. I ride.
Everyone,
Hello
everyone,
there,
go ahead.
everyone.
You all hop on the snowmobiles, and snow kicks up as you gun it, and you start bolting down the the road. Everyone can equip a hand crossbow or just roll 1d6 if you get damage and add your dex to your attack. If it comes to shooting those. So you bolt off and you start gunning it through the streets of the town, and skiers are jumping out of the way as you roll through, and you realize the road is coming to a dead end. Heather, you're in the front of the group, and you realize the road is coming to a dead end where you'll have to start like zigzagging through the town, which will cost you precious time catching up. But you also realize that there is a bit of a shortcut through a crowded open-air market full of wooden stalls. Which way do you go?
Oh, we gonna take the shortcut. Oh, yeah.
All right. Can I have the 3 drivers each roll athletics?
All right.
Okay, so what would I need in order to not fail? Just.
I can't tell you that.
I'm
an 11.
I just need to know whether or not to use my my inspiration here. Okay, I'm gonna use it. I'm using it. What is it I need to do? Athletics?
I'm gonna use
athletics.
Okay,
inspiration.
I got 22 and I used my inspiration. 22.
I got, and I used my inspiration. I got.
Thank you, chat.
14.
14. And what you got, Artemia?
11.
11. Heather, you peel off into this market, and your 2 adventuring teammates follow you in their snowmobiles. And you deftly maneuver through the stalls. Wolf, you manage to keep pace following Heather, but Artemia, as you drive through, you just plow through these stalls, and wood flies everywhere. Just people diving out of the way, fruit and clothing and all these goods just they explode as you burst through them. As you get toward the end of the market, you see kind of a big, grand stall. It seems to be painted blue and have a bunch of VHSs all over the shelves. Is it a Blockbuster stall? And you don't have time. You gun it, you put your head down, and boom! VCR tapes fly everywhere as you jump over.
Sorry, Blockbuster! Put an F in the chat for Blockbuster! Can I ride?
And, Wolf, you probably, as you pass, you're like, hey, that's that brand new chain in Texas. I wonder if it'll take off. As you then get back onto the road and are gunning it down the street, when suddenly from above you, ring, crisscrossing and jumping, landing on each side of your group, are 2 more snowmobiles with cultists on them, one driving and one on the back with a hand crossbow, and they fire on you.
Oh no.
Heather, does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm baby. It hits.
Ouchies.
Heather, the arrow lodges into your arm for 5 damage.
Ow!
The other snowmobile fires on you, Wolf. A 9 does definitely not hit.
Yep.
And it just it flies at you. Boom, you duck under it and continue to go. They now ride alongside you. Heather, you're up. Do you want to fire a crossbow or keep? I mean, you're going to keep driving either way, but do you want to just try to escape, or do you want to fire at him?
I think they just hit her, so I think that she'll try to fire back, I guess. Maybe she'll use her magic.
Okay.
Or is it just the crossbow that she can use?
Either one.
Can she not use magic?
whatever she
She's
wants.
gonna use acid arrow. And she's gonna fire her acid arrow at them.
Okay.
Which is...
Go.
Oh, unfortunately, only a 10, and I just used my inspiration. It's too bad I don't have more inspiration to burn. I got a 10.
Okay. Your acid arrow flies and misses, and it lodges into a building next door, and you can see the wood of the building start to get eaten away from the acid.
No, I'm sorry.
Dinny, which snowmobile are you on again?
I'm on Heather's.
You are.
I have
So would you like to make a crossbow attack or any sort of attack at all?
Yes, I would. Let me see. Sorry. One. Yes. Let me see. Sorry, my thing is.
This song is a bop.
What? Denny would like to do that. Denny is having issues. She must be very in her head right now. She's very overwhelmed.
All right. We'll come back to her then. When she snaps back to reality. All right. Wolf, you are continuing to ride. Do you want to fire?
Oh yeah, I fire. And just as a note, the way that I'm riding my metal horse is I'm holding my longsword out to the side as I go from side to side, and it's hanging off the side, and I'm swinging at the sides. But now I flip my blade, it arcs, and I put it on my back, pull out the crossbow, and choose to fire said crossbow.
All right, roll the hit.
Let's see. What hit would I use to roll?
You would roll a d20 and add your dex.
Okay, Betty Roney. That is going to be a quick maths 17.
Quick maths. 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, what's the damage on the crossbow? I don't have one in my inventory.
1d6.
Oh, okay, Betteroni. Any modifier plus anything?
Nope, just 1d6.
All right, well, I just pinked him with a 3.
All right. As you fire, your arrow actually flies down into the treads of the snowmobile, and it lodges in and picks it up, and it goes end over end and hits the ground and explodes in a fireball.
You were not ready for my skills. I move swift, smooth, almost like a cloud.
Wolf, as you're riding, though, you see once again the road, breaks off into a T, but you see that it's actually clear ahead of you. It's just a balcony where, like a wooden porch where skiers are drinking and gathered around a fire. You could either take a turn or you could charge right through and jump off the balcony. What do you want to do?
Oh, I'm going right through and off the balcony. It's all cool points right now.
All right, everyone roll athletics again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 19.
I got 21.
I got a 16.
Awesome. So you all come through, and everyone dives out of the way, and you come to the banner, the railing, the wooden railing, and you just smash through it. Ring! Your snowmobile lands, and it lands on the rooftops, and you're now jumping roof to roof. But the cultists chasing you make it as well, and they're still hot on your tail. Artemia, it's up to you. There's still that one snowmobile on your tail. Do you want to fire at him?
Yep. I sure do. Get him off my friggin' butt. What do I do? What do I roll?
You would roll a
lot of
d20
adrenaline
and then
going
add your
on.
dex.
Here we go. Aha. 20.
Oh, nice. That hits. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Six.
Oh! All right, you fire and you hit the driver right in the chest, and he passes out over the wheel, and the snowmobile veers and falls off. It launches off a roof into a side building, and another huge explosion. Boom!
Bye.
And you all continue to ride, hopping from roof to roof until you make it to the edge of town. And far up in the distance, you can see the occultist with the monks on back, and you gun it up the mountain, zigzagging through trees. And you're actually gaining on them because your snowmobiles are a little bit lighter. And as you're riding up, you watch them go into a large cavern in a cliff face. At this point, you're only about 100 yards behind them. As you enter the cave, it starts to slope downhill, and you gun it, and your headlights illuminate the cave. And as you're riding, you watch them ahead of you. They're going straight for a dead end of the cave. It's this huge rocky wall, and they just gun it straight through and just go right through this wall. Do you follow them or do you stop?
What?
I mean,
I'm gonna
there's
try to
already a
follow them.
I guess I'm gonna do what they do.
They can do
All
what
right.
we can. Damn it.
You all gun it right at this rock wall. It goes closer and closer and gets more illuminated by your headlights, and suddenly, your snowmobile smash into the rock wall, and you each take 1d10 damage.
Oh.
I'll roll it. I'll
Whoops.
roll the d10. You each take 7 damage as your
Oh my
snowmobiles crumple
gosh.
against the wall, and you're just thrown up. Goosh! Slowly fall down to the base of the thing.
Got a little too cocky. My bad.
Okay.
Yep.
Ow, ow, ow.
We were feeling it. We were feeling it, and we.
Is everybody
we feel it.
okay?
My butt hurts.
Yeah. Head's ringing, but everything's good.
Okay.
Ouch.
Get your bearings, and you kind of shake off the dizziness. And you knock against the wall. It's rock solid. But you see that the cave has another branch that seems to go deeper that you can explore if you would like.
Yep. Think we kind of have
Well,
no
yeah, I guess
choice,
we don't
but-
have any other options.
All right. Let's just walk over
Right.
there.
You venture deeper into the cave, but as you get deeper, there is no sunlight. And you guys can't see anything except Dinny. You
I
can have
cast
dark vision.
dancing
so you can
lights.
see. All right. so-
Thank you.
And it
Heather.
illuminates.
Right, and it's these little, just little orbs of light that kind of fly around the multicolored neon lights that illuminate the cave.
Yeah, it's very moody,
And
you know?
venture deeper into the cave. Suddenly, you come to a fork where you can either go left or right. Which way do you go?
Left. All right.
Can I send my lights down each and see if one of them looks better than the other?
Sure. Which one do you want to send it down?
I'll send it down the right one first.
Okay. You send it down the right one, and it just seems like a windy path that keeps on going. You don't get any sense that it's safe or dangerous. It's just one way to go. But as your lights are coming back to you, you hear from the left pathway, you hear echoing through the cave. Hi, I'm Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends?
Oh.
Friends? Shh! Yes, Teddy! We've been friends for a year now. Stop asking!
Emeth! And Heather just shouts it.
And on we go to the left.
You charge down the-
Charges.
You charge down the left pathway and come to a dead end in the thing, and there you find Emeth camped out at this dead end in the cave with a little fire. He's wearing a thick down coat with a fur-lined hood, and Merlin, his shaggy white dog, is laying next to him, sleeping by the fire.
Merlin! And then Heather goes up and says, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?"
As you were running up, you saw Emeth. He was holding a large tome and examining the wall. And as you run up, he turns around. What? Oh, what? You're alive? You're alive? How did? Oh my goodness! What happened? How'd you find me?
Well,
Well-
we talked to the people in the town, and they
That's a
told us
clue.
you went here. Yeah.
What? Who's this?
I'm
Is she
Dinny.
trustworthy?
Yeah.
She's a
Very
friend.
She's also a virgin.
trustworthy.
Okay, well,
That
I didn't even know
Yes.
that.
Well, that. What?
I am-
What?
Am I?
She's been helping us
Who
on our
is-
quest. She has a similar vow to vanquish the person that has done this.
Yes, they must be murdered at my hands.
Oh! Yes, agreed! Definitely! Well, that
Who is
actually
this
funny...
Teddy?
Oh, this is my friend. This is Teddy Ruxpin. And he holds up this little animatronic bear. And he just...
Hello, woodland
I'm
creature.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Yes. Oh, hello. Yes, yes.
Because I'm not sure if we've made any progress as friends, though. He keeps asking if we're friends. Anyway, but
Not the
wait,
problem.
hold on. How did you... What happened?
Well, we went
I-
back to the 80s. Oh, you tell him. Well,
Yeah, I want to say we went back to the 80s. We came back, and now this world is merged. We came looking for you, couldn't find you, and then they were these monks got captured by this evil lady who seems to be working for Kenner, and they said that he took the tome. But I'm looking at you, and you have the tome.
Oh,
Did you steal that tome?
I
That
borrowed
was stolen
it.
tome.
Did you?
It's
And
borrowed.
Heather
Borrowed
pulls out,
it.
Heather pulls out this the piece of paper that she found. It's like, what is this?
Oh. Wow, you found that. It's an ancient drawing of Kenner and Mattel.
I was
His
right.
Boys.
Good job, Artemia. That was on top of it.
That Scorpio power.
So you
Wait,
you
but I
knew
need
they
to
were-
know what Mattel. You're here, but Mattel, where's he?
He got turned into a smoothie.
What?
What?
I get kind of.
A smoothie-esque person. He's in a jar now.
He's in a jar.
He's in a jar. Oh, my suspicions are confirmed.
Complicated.
Okay, listen. There's not much time to lose. Kenner will be performing a ritual in a nearby caldera. Luckily, wait, was he there in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
How
We fought
long?
him and we failed.
You fought him? You
Yeah.
fought him?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Why?
with Mattel. He
Oh.
fought us first.
Yeah, he started.
not even
the
really-
fight.
Started it.
That's an avatar. That's not him. He could do anything. He'd be practically unstoppable in that form.
Well, we found that out.
Yeah. That's kind of why we're back
Wait,
here.
no, This is good news, though. This is good news because it's been a year. That means he was controlling that avatar for a year. He's worn out. This is the perfect time to strike. Okay. Yes, this is fortunate. This is good. We need to get to that caldera and stop him. We can defeat him now. He'll be weak. He'll be tired.
Before we go anywhere with you, why did you steal that tome?
Yeah. We kind of
I
you
still
kind of
don't exactly
distracted us from
trust
that.
you.
No,
Does
no,
that
I can explain
line
everything.
him?
To us, and
Look,
we haven't seen
there-
you in
there
a
is-
long time.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Listen.
these are facts.
This tome, it has an incantation that when read, you see somewhere in this cave, according to my calculations, it should be this wall here. Somewhere in this cave, there is a wall. When the incantation is read, it becomes passable. You can enter through
We
it.
ran into that wall.
Yeah,
It was. It's
found
not this
that-
wall.
uh-huh.
But we found
It's
that
not-
wall.
we are
We're
aware
familiar with this
of the
wall.
wall.
Oh my goodness!
We
gracious.
tried to
Okay,
go
well,
through
show
the
me.
wall.
Show me. You
We're
have to take me to
close.
the actual wall.
Okay, we
Okay.
run over to the wall.
Yeah. Well,
we
we
should go to the
got
Where
it.
our snowmobiles
You,
are.
Are
You lead him over to the wall.
Gotta
where
had
the
a accident.
destroyed automobiles are.
And there's like, ta-da!
He goes, okay. Before we do this, are any of you, this is going to be hard, are any of you hurt, or any of you, have you used spells? What's your
Yes.
condition?
I'm hurt, and I've used spells.
Okay, he goes into his rucksack and pulls out some potions of various colors. He said, I thought I would have to do this alone, so I packed a lot of potions. He said, drink what you need. And he gives you potions that restore your health and your spell slots. For all of
feel
you, if anyone needs that.
amazing.
All right.
Ooh, that was great.
Rejuvenated.
Grape.
He also looks over. You can see that you still have 4. You each have some potions of healing from past episodes as well. So don't forget you have 4 of those with you. And he goes, "Okay, are you ready? It's going to be dangerous."
I guess I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Ready as we'll ever
All right.
be.
Got lots of
He
practice.
turns to Merlin. He goes, "Time to go inside, boy. Go inside." And Merlin goes, "Arr!" And just slowly kind of disappears into this little burst of light.
Bye, Merlin.
All right. He opens the tome, and he stands and he puts his hand up, and he reads a lengthy passage in a language that you can't understand. As he finishes, he grasps his fist, and nothing happens. He gets upset and
that was anticlimactic.
he goes to bang his fist against the wall, and as he does, he just falls right through the wall. He goes,
Oh, yeah!
Ah,
And you hear him
hey.
scream as his echoes get more distant through the wall.
Oh,
Okay, so we need to angrily bang on the wall.
You walk up, and as you go to bang, your fist just goes right through it. Clearly, it's become
Whoa.
Heather moonwalks through the wall.
sick.
Yeah.
All right, you all enter through the wall, and it's a continuation of the cave, but it's a steep downward grade that you all can kind of just slide down. And you slide down to the bottom, and there is covered in snow is Emeth. And,
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
You exit. You're near the end of the cave. You see some glowing red light at the end, and you exit the cave and hunch down behind a boulder. And you look up and realize that you have entered this immense, deep caldera with mountains towering above. And there are, it's the middle of a blizzard. Snow is whipping all around this deep mountainous bowl. And it is now nighttime, and the only light that is in this caldera is the light of red, fiery braziers that illuminate this whipping snow. You look out, and in the center of the caldera, there is a large plateau. The only way up is this narrow, rocky pathway that winds up to the plateau with a sheer drop on either side of the path. At the base of the pathway, you see a huge number of cultists keeping watch and blocking the path.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to
All
kick some butt in order to get to the top. So, how many of them are there again?
Too many to count.
No.
A lot.
Great.
Is there any way we can sneak around them?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. Heather's going to choose if she has perceptive powers. It's 11.
All right, you look through the snow, the thick snow that pours, and you can, from what you make out, the only way up to this plateau is this pathway that they are kind of blocking off. And up on the plateau, you see lightning striking. Like
Okay,
crazy.
I do have disguise self. What if I made myself look like a cultist and made the rest of us look like cultists?
You can do that. Do you have? Are you able to disguise?
Idea?
Well, would
Yeah,
that
is
take
this a
4
good
spell
idea?
slots?
It would take 4 of my first level spell slots.
I mean, it's your call, but you'd burn them quick.
Let me try something out.
Okay, okay.
And Wolf walks up to one of the cultists and taps them.
No! Come
Well,
on!
that
The cultist, you tap him on the right shoulder and run to the left, and he looks over to the right and then goes, huh? And he turns around and he follows you back around the boulder.
Okay, when he follows me by the boulder, I catch him up and I'm like, what are y'all doing in here? You better give me this robe.
The cultist goes, be joyous, brother. Kenner is ascending to godhood. Come, join us.
Do you have extra robes?
Do you have an extra
we'll
robe?
join you. Yeah.
yes, we are dying to be a part of a cult so badly. I mean, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm afraid not.
Aww.
I think you got an extra robe on you. And Heather tries to be intimidating.
I roll intimidation. He's already seems pretty intimidated, but
That's 18.
18. All right.
Yeah.
No, I swear I don't. Why would I have extra robes?
Where can we get a robe?
Help! Help! Help!
I could clasp his mouth closed.
Come on!
Some other cultists clearly took notice, and they begin to walk over.
Oh, damn it.
All
Here
right,
we go.
I try
At
and
this point-
how many are coming over?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. Artemia,
Okay.
suddenly your lens floats down in front of your face, and you look through and see all of the cultists. It gives you a panoramic view of every single one of them, and you can see faint little red outlines around each one of them, and a little lever pops out from the side of the frame as you watch these little red outlines emanate from their body through the lens.
A little lever pops out of each of their bodies.
No. The frame of your lens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a lever.
Yeah.
I will pull down the lever.
All right.
Pull the
As
lever, Artemia.
You,
Pull the lever.
you click down, and the lens kind of flips, and suddenly you see as the red outlines start growing bigger and bigger around each individual cultist. And they look up in fear and point toward the sky. And suddenly, coming from behind you guys, floom, floom, a humongous silver dragon, just like the one you saw when you found the lens, flaps its wings above and lets out a terrifying screech that deafens and leaves your ears ringing. All of the cultists point up in fear, and they scream, and they run in the opposite direction. They all vanish as they disappear from sight, the dragon chasing close behind them before it dissipates and fades away. The path is now cleared.
Well, sick.
Right?
Good job,
Oh, wow.
Artemia. That was really good. Good job.
Thanks. You know, it's
Wow. You've been holding out on us.
I honestly, sure, yeah, I knew that all along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool.
So the path
So we
is
walk up.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try
I
not
guess
to
it is.
fall.
Walk up.
Is this the best moment for an inspiring leader
It might be.
message? Okay,
It might be.
Heather pulls everyone together and says, "Listen, everyone. All right, we need to accept the fact that we had to sacrifice our lives and then our Saturdays in detention for whatever it was that we did wrong. But I think that this man is crazy to ask us to, oh yeah, there's music, great. Is crazy to ask us to sacrifice our lives and to tear this world apart for his enjoyment. Like, why does he care, right? Because he sees us as he wants to see us. All right, he's crazy and bad, and like,
Okay, yeah.
you know, yeah. And Daniel is the sporty one, and I am the spoiled theater one, and Artemia is like the weird
Posh.
one, right?
Scary.
witch.
But and that's kind of how we used
The
to see
witch.
ourselves. but we found out that we're all a little crazy and a little weird and a little nerdy and a little athletic. And that's awesome. And they can take us or leave us. Sincerely yours, the Dungeon Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling a lot stronger now.
Nerd rule.
I feel like I can take on the world now.
And everyone, she spends 10 minutes redirecting the final monologue of the Breakfast Club, and and then all of us gets 9 temporary HP. So there you go.
Ooh. You can add that up at the top right of your character sheet. Good speech, Heather.
Thanks. I've been working on that this whole time. Thank you. So I'm really proud.
All right. You have got everyone pumped up and fortified and ready to go up to that plateau and see what's up and raise hell. So with that, are you guys ready to make your way up this treacherous path to the plateau?
I think so.
Yep. Let's do it.
Right. You begin the walk up this treacherous pathway that has sheer drop-offs on either side, and the wind in the blizzard whips through, and you have to be very careful where you step so you don't get blown off the side. You make your way up to the plateau, and as you crest your way to the top, you see there are braziers all around. And at the far end, there is a raised platform with an altar, upon which sits the black, glittering jar. From each side, a curved staircase leads down to the top of the plateau, and tied along posts on these stairs are the 6 monks. There are one on each side of the altar at the top of the stairs, one on each kind of in the middle of the stairs, and then one tied up in each base of the staircase. Standing in the center of the plateau is Kenner, in light blue robes. His gaze is locked onto the jar, and he doesn't take notice of you. You watch as 2 bolts of lightning arc down from the sky, striking the monk at the base of each staircase. Emeth, he huddles you all around and he goes, "Listen. The lightning is going to climb up the stairs, sacrificing each one, and then at the end it's going to hit the jar, and that would kill Mattel. That would end everything. You need to distract Kenner so I can run up and get the jar. Okay, go!" And he kind of runs off sideways and kind of tucks behind a rock on the plateau.
I cast dancing lights and put it into a corner opposite us. Yeah.
All right, so it's a big round plateau, and then it drops off on I mean, it slopes off on the sides, but
yeah. I try to make it look the other direction.
Okay.
Wherever the opposite is of where we and the guy are.
So this is the circle. The altar is up here. Kenner's in the middle, and you're down at the bottom here. Yeah. So Emeth needs to run like up one of the side staircases to the altar. So you'd want to get him to face you, or sideways or something.
Okay, then I cast dancing lights above our heads.
Okay.
And they all sparkle.
Over here.
You do that, and the snow begins to be illuminated, just various neon colors.
Sick.
And suddenly Kenner lowers his gaze and turns around to face you. I told you this isn't your fight.
You made it our fight. By banishing us, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, if that's what you think, if this is your fight, then I'll oblige. And he begins to charge at you. Roll initiative.
Bah.
Oh, lucky 13. Hopefully
18.
it's lucky.
15.
Who had 18?
13.
What do you have, Heather?
Oh man. 18.
Anthony, what do you have?
15.
You guys actually did better than him.
Sick.
All right, Heather. You
Okay.
are up. What do you do?
All right, I'm gonna use my action to, I'm gonna wait on Bardic Inspiration, and I'm gonna just go for an acid arrow towards him. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna send my acid arrow at his face.
Roll the hit.
I got a not good number, so I'm gonna roll again. Ooh, yeah, that's a natural 20. Wow, 26.
What
All
is your
right.
damage, Heather?
What's my damage? Let's get it. 21. Woohoo! Thank you, inspiration. You're my inspiration.
He charged at you, just whip your acid arrow, and it hits him right in the chest and splashes, and his robe begins to get eaten away by acid. Dinny, you're up. What do you do?
Oh, my javelin. Let me see. I throw it. I don't know how far away he is, but just chuck
Not far. You can
straight at
definitely
him.
throw it.
Okay. At his eye.
Okay, roll the hit.
Oh no! I hate doing this. Oh no! Truly, as it's leaving, it's like I am so sorry.
Roll the hit.
Okay. 17.
Sorry, what's that?
17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Woo!
Sorry, so sorry. I mean, woo! Sorry. 8.
8, you said?
Yes.
Okay. As he continues to charge, whip your javelin, and it just pierces, kind of shreds up the side of his body as well as his robes. And now his robes kind of tatter and blow in the wind.
Oh, my virgin eyes. Ah.
Artemia, you're up. What do you do?
Can I use True Strike?
Yes. But you're going before him, so save it. Because you already have
Okay.
advantage.
Okay, so I'm going to go at him with my short sword.
Okay, so you get to roll sneak attack and also roll with advantage. So first roll 2d20s. Take the highest.
$18.
That hits. Roll damage with sneak attack.
14.
Nice,
Guys.
Woo! We are bringing the heat.
As he's charging you, you run up and you jump and you put your hand on his left shoulder and kind of behind him, just jab your longsword down across his back, gashing deep into his skin and tearing his robes even further.
He gonna be naked
Sir.
after this.
Yeah.
Please.
Daniel
Sir.
Wolf, Percy, your move.
It seems like it is time for me to do what is right. And I rush him and swing at him with Booming Blade for 21.
That hits.
All right. And so for the blade itself, I do 11 damage. And then for the spell, Booming Blade, I do 6.
All right. As Artemia is on his back, you run up in front.
Hold on.
Oh
I'm going to use an action surge
boy.
to do another swing of my long sword.
Do it.
That hold on was such a power move. Hold on.
And I have inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I'm definitely using it. And I swing for 16, which I think still might not work.
That does not hit.
Yeah. That would have been so cool, though.
All right. You run up and you slice him across the chest in an upward stroke. And then as you're coming back down, he puts up his hand and just grabs your blade and looks you dead in the eyes with this icy blue eyes.
Oh.
They're peacocking. They're peacocking.
They certainly are, Deanie. They certainly
something
are.
like that.
Kenner then disengages. And he kind of, in a streak, he jumps backwards. And he begins to move his hands, and he summons, you can see the snow and frost like gathering in a ball in front of him before he blasts them toward you in this cone that fires shards of ice and snow at you. Can you all make a dexterity save?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Yes. 14.
26.
I'm gonna. It's a 14 for me as well.
Put them up.
And
Put them
Denny, what were you?
20.
26.
Fine. So
dang.
Heather and Wolf, you are blasted with freezing snow and shards of ice pierce into your body. You take 18 damage.
Hold on.
You're just
Hold on. Where if I failed it, then I would use arcane deflection to add 4 to my 14 to make it an 18.
Oh, then you'd succeed. All right.
So a magic barrier comes up, and I can't use any spells other than cantrips until the end of my next turn.
Okay. For the three of you that passed, you guys managed to dive out of the way of this cone, but are still caught by that bitter cold and ice shards, and you take 9 damage.
Ouchies.
Oh, there goes our temp damage. I got you guys. The first one's on me. Don't worry about it. It really is.
All right. At this point, he's still facing you fighting. You look up and you see running up the staircase is Emmett. He's about halfway up. So he's almost there to the altar. And then, cool. So we go to the next round of combat. We go to Heather. Heather, what do you do?
Okay, I am going to cast another acid arrow. Why not? You know. So yeah, I'm gonna do another acid arrow. Let's see if it goes. No. It's a 7.
No. Let's get this girl some inspiration.
I know. I was like, oh man. Dang it.
All right. The acid arrow flies clear above his head. He doesn't even have to dodge. He misjudged your throw.
But I have a bonus action. Can I use Healing Word?
Yeah.
As my bonus action? Sick. I'm gonna do Healing Word on myself. And I'm gonna go. Mistakes are okay, and I love you, and you're going to be fine. You've got this, Heather. And she gives herself like a little pep talk as she casts Healing Word to herself. And it gives her 4 healing. She's healed a little heal. Gentle heal.
Denny, you're up.
Denny, and she grew 20 flames. Going to do right, an unarmed strike, and just punch him. Hopefully,
all right.
So that it causes him to hit back on the stair and causes a concussion.
Okay. In that case, maybe a push would be more appropriate, like a shove action, where you punch him back, trying to get him to stumble.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and make a strength.
The
The stairs go up. So you're on the plateau, and the stairs lead up to the altar at the back end.
We're on the bottom stair. In her mind, trajectory, he falls and he hits his head on a stair. That's her goal.
Okay. Go ahead and roll strength, which is up at the top.
Okay. 10. Maybe she could do her inspiration. Don't I still have that or no?
You do.
Maybe a reroll? Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna reroll. 24.
All right. Cool. So you hop up and you push. You pushed Kenner, who has just been assaulted on all sides, and you actually manage to knock him back, and he stumbles and falls back onto the stairs. He's going to take 6 damage as he falls back and hits his head on the stairs. At this point, Kenner is still facing you. He doesn't notice this, but you can see Emmett up at the altar, and he grabs the jar. He tucks it into his rucksack, and then looks around off the back of the altar, and he jumps and slides down the back of the plateau and flees. At the same moment, the cult leader, the woman you saw in the temple, arrives with 3 cultists. They charge up onto the plateau. She goes, "I apologize for the incompetence of my men. They will be punished, my lord." And she runs up behind you guys.
Uh-oh.
And she casts, she reaches out her hands, and this green kind of energy bursts out from her at Heather.
But I'm baby!
Heather, what's your AC?
Before you roll that thing, sir, before you even think of rolling that, I will use my reaction to use my fighting style protection while wielding a shield and a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet. I can use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. So roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, thanks!
All right, she runs up and she throws this green energy beam at you, and as it flies right at your face, Daniel slides into frame with his shield up, and it blasts off the shield and dissipates in all directions.
Wow,
Artemia.
Thanks!
Artemia, it's your turn, but before this happens, again, lightning strikes. And you see behind you the next up the staircase, the next 2 set of monks get struck by lightning, leaving only the 2 that flank the side of the altar. Artemia, you're up.
Is Heather still being attacked?
Well, the cultists and the cult leader are charging up behind you guys.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and so much, the pressure is on, and I'm angry. So much killing that I want to do today. Is it possible to disengage?
You're actually not.
Them?
You don't need to disengage. No one is on like within 5 feet of you at the moment.
But they're just charging towards me.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of in a line, and Kenner is on one side, and then the cultists and the cult leader are charging from the other. So you're kind of sandwiched.
Okay. Who's the furthest from me? Is there anybody beyond 30 feet?
Yes. I mean the cultists charging up are about 45 feet away.
Okay, so is it possible to dash and then attack with short sword?
They would be just beyond your reach at the moment. You could definitely reach Kenner. You could reach Kenner with the short sword. He's also prone, so you'd have advantage on your attack, so you could sneak attack again.
Okay. All right, so let's sneak attack Kenner.
Take him down.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to hit.
I got 12, but I know I have inspiration, so I'm going to roll again.
A 14 does not hit. So you run up and you stab down with your sword, and he kind of like phase shifts. He's able to, much like when he was the Terminator, he can very quickly move his body from side to side, and you just stab right into the stairs each time. Whew. Daniel, you're up.
It's time to make some. Who is closer to me? Is it Kenner or is it the lady who? Well, I guess yeah, because I slid in front. Oh, Kenner's closest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a ranged spell attack.
Okay. So I march towards Kenner, and I walk up. I raise my sword above his head, and I sheath it and grab some rope to get him arrested for the authorities.
Okay. So you're gonna try to tie him up?
Yeah.
Okay. As you get your rope out and go down to try to tie him up, boom, he vanishes in like a cloud of black mist and reappears standing in the center of the plateau.
I was trying. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to, you know, make you see the authorities. Do you want to die? Do you want to die?
At this point, the cultists have charged up to you guys, and they engage in hand-to-hand combat with their scimitars. Miss. And miss. So, Artemia, the other two missed, but Artemia, one runs up to you. You're facing, as you're facing Kenner, and comes up and just stabs you right in the back.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dealing 6 damage. At this same moment, a third set of lightning bolts comes down and strikes each of the monks at each end of the altar.
No!
Leaving only the center space remaining on the altar. Kenner turns to you all. He says, "You're too late! When the lightning strikes upon the altar, Mattel will be no more." And he turns to look up at the altar, and he sees that the glittering black jar is gone. And you see his icy blue eyes darken as he becomes enraged. He shouts to the cultists, "Find that jar!" "Yes, my lord," and they dash away. He faces you. And he punches down into the ground, and the plateau cracks and fissures. And it seems like the cracks are charging right towards you. I need you all to make another dex save.
Oh no.
21.
25.
It's gonna be a 10. And for me.
What about you, Heather? Okay.
21.
Okay, so Danny and Iffy, you both fail to jump out of the way, and the cracks come and kind of knock you back off your feet, and like fire and magma burst up from these fissures, and light you on fire. And you're now each on fire, and you each take 12 points of damage. Artemia and Heather, you managed to avoid the spewing magma, but you each take 6 points of damage as the heat blasts you and kind of singes your clothing.
How much damage did I take from those flames again?
12. And you are also on fire.
Pish posh applesauce.
Suddenly, lightning strikes the center of the altar. And we go to Heather. You're up.
Okay, I am going to make an attack with my. I'm going to do another acid arrow. And I'm gonna hit it towards him. So that is a. Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration and try again. That's much better. I've got a 23.
That hits.
Great. And the damage it deals is 13 damage. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action. Let me look at bonus action to use Bardic Inspiration for Iffy. I'm gonna pull out my guitar and I'm gonna sing "We Will Rock You" over to Iffy, and so he will hear me and gain inspiration, and for 10 minutes he can add inspiration to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. And this can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Awesome. And your power object, the inspiration is now 2d6.
Okay.
2d6 is what you get.
2d6 of Bardic Inspiration, Wolf.
Ba-da-da.
All right. After you do this, once again, lightning strikes the bare altar at the center. And we go to Dinny.
Who's right in front of me? Is Kenner still there?
The cultists have fled again to go try to find the jar. So it's just Kenner kind of in the center of the plateau, and then he's kind of between the stairs that lead up to the altar where the lightning is striking.
Center, lightning striking.
So you're not where he's not where the lightning is striking. He's down below, and the lightning strikes up top.
But
so
the
you'd have to go
lightning
up the
could
stairs.
strike him. Yes. Can I charge him, forcing him up?
You wouldn't be able to force him up because it's way too far. It's like up a set of stairs.
Okay.
You would have to, if you were trying to get him up there, you would have to like lure him up there.
Okay. And how damaged is? I mean, he's half naked.
His robes are,
wounds.
Violently spinning in the wind, but he seems he's very enraged, and he seems to have like no concept of how injured he is. He's still fighting just as he was. He seems to be very powerful.
Okay, I think I remember he has like an open wound in his rib or something. So I take my battle axe and I go to slice directly right there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. Sorry, you cut out there. What was that?
I said I got an 8.
As you go and swing, he just once again grabs your axe with his hands and throws you back. Artemia, you're up. After you finish your turn, Danny, that lightning once again strikes up on the altar. Artemia, your turn.
Can I use True Strike on Kenner?
Yes. Your lens floats down in front of your face, and you can see kind of highlighted regions where he's vulnerable, and you have advantage on your attack. So go ahead and make whatever attack you'd like.
Okay, so I'm going to use bonus action 2 weapon, and I'm gonna go for the same area that Dini was trying to hit, which is where his wounded ribs are.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. With advantage.
27.
Yes, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sorry. Seven.
All right.
And is it just for the one or the two weapons?
Roll a damage again for the next weapons.
Yeah. The other one was 8.
8, okay. You, as he stands in the middle, you run and you slide. And as you do, you kind of take both blades and drag them across his shins. He lets out, ah! He lets out a scream and gets more enraged. And we go to Wolf.
All right. All of this enraging, I'm starting to get enraged. Just stand down, and I fire magic missiles at him.
Okay, how many?
3 right at his face.
Okay, and that's, go ahead and roll damage on those.
Yep, that's 5, 8, 10 damage.
All right. You cast Magic Missile, and these neon streaks spiral and flare up onto him and strike him, and they explode in this kind of colorful cloud, dealing 10 damage. And now his robe is kind of, the wind was whipping and it blows off, and he just is like ripped, shirtless, with just scratches and marks all over him.
What does he look like? Like, what facially? Is he attractive? I'm like curious.
He looks like your principal. He looks like your principal, except now he's in beast mode.
I feel like I have to do Constitution saving just to...
He holds-
my principal this way.
He holds out his hand toward where Dinny and Heather are standing. And suddenly, between you and your feet, this little fireball appears and then suddenly rapidly expands in a humongous boom. I need you each to make a dex save.
16.
Not doing well, Deanie. I got 9.
9? Okay.
I got 18 or 17.
No, you don't need to. It's just the two of them.
Okay. When I get a good roll.
Okay, so let's see. Deanie, you failed, and you take 20 points of damage as the you're engulfed in flame. Heather, you managed to dive out of the way, but you take 10 points of damage in the process.
Ouch.
All right, Heather,
Okay.
it is your turn.
Okay, my cantrip doesn't count as like my action,
sorry.
right? Can I use that as like a pre-action?
Cantrips are an action, unless they have a casting
Fair
time
enough.
of bonus action. But after his attack, once again, lightning strikes the bear altar up at the top.
Okay, well, I don't use my cantrip, but I turned to the other side. I was like, guys, I think we need to like somehow get him electrocuted. That feels like a thing that just keeps coming up. So let's all just move up there, right? And so she casts Thunder Step. She like runs towards him first, and then as soon as she gets close, she casts Thunder Step, which essentially. So she tries to disappear, which she's never done before, so it's very spooky for her. She's like having a moment. But she disappears, and as she does it, a big thunderous noise happens. And so he's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw to see if he takes thunder damage.
Okay. What's the save?
So it's a Constitution saving
failed.
throw.
Don't worry about it.
Sick. He's gonna take a 3d10 thunder damage. So let me roll that for you.
right.
And then I'm going to appear besides kind of near where the thunder is going, but not under it, at the top of the platform. And so he just received 24 damage. And then at the top, she like taunts him. She's like, wow, for a principal, you're pretty bad at things. We're just a bunch of students and you can't even take us. And she just tries to like trash talk, but she's not super good at trash talking, but she does her best. She does her best.
All right, Jeannie, you're up. What do you do?
I run up to where Heather
Okay,
is.
that'll take your turn. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you run up.
And I'm up there
Artemia.
and I'm like, yeah, and I'm virgin and still beating you.
Artemia, what do you do?
I'm gonna have to run up as well. I gotta do the teamwork thing, you know?
All right, Wolf, you as well?
Yeah, I'm running up too. When I get up there, I'm like, yeah, I'm not a virgin, but damn, this what is this stinky?
Oh, I
stinky
thought you
bit.
were. I thought you were because you seem very similar. Like I recognize a fellow virgin. So
I can
I
see.
recognize-
I'm pure at heart. I'm pure at heart.
and pure as a virgin. Yes, I recognize a fellow virgin.
Kenner looks up at you on the altar, his eyes fiery red. He points up and goes, "You never submitted your essay!" And he disappears in a black smoke and appears up in the center of the altar, and you all now surround him. Lightning strikes, but he just phase shifts to the side and the lightning misses. And it strikes again, he phase shifts again. And we go to the top, of the order. Heather, what do you do?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay, never mind. Dissonant Whispers doesn't help because it's like, it won't move in a dangerous position. I'm like, nah, that's what I want, you Chuck. Can I cast Acid Arrow, but can I like hit it at his eyes to blind him? I want to blind him with my acid.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, let's try it. All right, I'm gonna try for the. Oh, I only got 10, and I used all of my inspiration.
It flies
cool,
off the
I got
plateau. Goes down.
Borg. Okay.
Once again. Oh, sorry, you're not done. Go ahead.
I was just gonna see if I had in my bonus action, I'm going to cast another. I'm gonna pull down my guitar and sing "You're the Inspiration" to Dinny, and cast Bardic Inspiration for Dinny. So now Dinny has Bardic Inspiration and can add Bardic Inspiration to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, and it's 2d8.
Ooh. All right. Dinny, it's your turn. What do you do? Once again, lightning strikes, and it seems to be aiming for him, but he's able to easily dodge it each time.
Okay. Oh no.
You can
I don't
do
know if
it,
this is gonna
Dinny.
work out for her. My friends, my dear friends, witch, virgin, fairy. And she uses the inspiration. She's going to try to hold him in place at a distance to hold him in place under the lightning.
Okay, so you're gonna try
She thinks that this might work.
So you're gonna do a grapple.
Heather, can Heather throw something at her really fast, or is that no?
Not genuinely
I can't
no.
throw her the pen so she can like clip on it and like hold on to it to stay in place.
The pen?
The pen that Emeth gave Heather at the very beginning. It's a pen that if you click it, it'll stay in place in space. Can I throw that to Dini to have her use it? Yes, the unmovable rod.
Okay,
Heather
go ahead.
throws the unmovable rod at Dini and says, if you click it, it won't move!
Okay, so she clicks it.
So you need to roll a grapple. So roll a strength check and then add your Bardic Inspiration to see if you succeed.
Oh, I got 23.
Yes!
Plus whatever was my inspiration?
2d8.
How do I add that? Oh, 2. I'm doing 2 of D8.
No. Oh. Yeah, add that to your roll. I mean, you already have a really high roll as is.
You already had a high roll, though, so I don't think you need to use it now.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I do.
Heck yeah.
All right. So, Denny, I want to be clear. What exactly is your plan? Is your plan to try to, like, grapple him and, like, pin him down and click the rod and get off? Or you hold it? What's your intention here?
Yes. She's going to grapple him, hold him down in a spot where the lightning she thinks will strike, and then she clicks the pen. As she's moving.
Above him?
Okay, so that is going to be really risky. So make a dex roll for me.
Okay. Oh, Lord. 23.
Did I hear 20 something?
23, yeah.
Okay. All right. Denny, you catch the rod from Heather as you're charging at Kenner. You jump up onto him and dive and wrap around his waist and tackle him to the ground. You place your forearm on his neck and then click the rod and then roll off as lightning strikes Kenner. And you all stand around his body, which is now singed and motionless, lying on the center of this platform.
I feel horrible. I'm so sorry. He might still make it? Is he? Sir?
This is awesome.
I am so sorry that had to happen, and I wish well upon your family and your heir to your family.
Kenner lies motionless, and then he opens his eyes slightly, and he lifts a shaky hand. And Wolf, Heather, and Artemia, your bodies begin to feel light, and your feet lift ever so slightly off the ground. He closes his fist, and your surroundings crumble away, and suddenly the three of you find yourselves with him in an infinite white room. He still lays on the ground. He says, "You have been so terribly manipulated. You don't know the first thing about Mattel or his little warlock. I am not the villain here. Let me prove it to you. For one last time, this is not your fight. The choice is yours. I suggest you go home." He outstretches his hand, and a portal appears a few yards from where you stand. It then splits in two, forming a duplicate, and the two portals drift around you. One settles to your left, and one to your right. Kenner's body darkens into a featureless silhouette against the stark white expanse, and his form begins to disintegrate, slowly at first, and then at a dizzying pace. And as he fades, little black particles flying off him float through the white void. Where they make contact with the indiscernible walls, floor, and ceiling, they begin to eat away at them, creating jagged edges which curl away to reveal a glittering ocean of astral bodies. Kenner is gone, and you three are left standing alone with two portals as the room slowly dissolves around you.
Can we use Artemia's lens to look at these portals?
You could, just by looking at them. Do you want to approach the left? Yeah, the left or the right one?
Can I approach them without going through?
Yeah, you can approach without going through. You have to walk.
I'll just peer in the right one.
Okay. Heather, you look through the right portal, and you see your father, your family, your dog, You see Heather 1, and you see yourself a little older on stage performing. Artemia, you look through, you see your photographs, your mother, you see Kevin waving, and you see your art in a gallery. And you're holding Sir Francis, petting him. Wolf, you see science camp. You see the new friends you'll make. You see Darla and the wolf pack, and you see yourself older becoming an astronaut. And you see your father. That's what you see in the right portal.
And in the left?
You all walk over to the left portal. And all you see are obscured, blurry figures that call out to you. There's a familial warmth that fills your heart, but it's out of focus. And it's like trying to recall the details of a perfect dream.
So one portal seems like we walk through and it gives us everything we want. Fantasy. Everything we've been thinking about, talking about wanting perfectly. Or the unknown thing that feels like we belong. I think that if we go back to the 80s, we're going back to a lie. Because it just seems too easy. It seems like all of a sudden all the problems that we were having before are just gone, meant to entice us. But that also means we'd have to come to terms with the fact that everything we've known or think we know is fake. For once, we can peel back the veil and find out what's actually real.
I agree with Daniel. I know this isn't easy for you, Heather. What are you thinking?
It's just so hard to say goodbye. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. But I need to know what's real.
And who we once were.
Hopefully if it is the 80s that is real, we'll go back to it at some point. We'll find a way back. But I need to finish this first.
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I don't know about you guys. This is a hard decision, but I will say there has been something in my memories of the 80s that made me feel like I had a greater purpose. That's why I didn't want to be the jock guy. That's why I didn't want to be the popular guy. And I thought it was going to space or being an astronaut, but maybe it was this.
I think you're right. I know I didn't necessarily have the best life in the right portal, and it might seem like it's easy for me to choose the left portal because I always felt like I didn't belong over there. And I have a pretty good feeling about the left and the life I had that I've forgotten. But it's scary, you know? The unknown. Or the
Heather approaches
forgotten.
Artemia and holds out her arms. She says, "Can I have a hug?"
Yeah.
Heather hugs
Heather.
Artemia. And then Heather kind of pops her head out and waves Daniel in.
Oh, okay. All right.
And she just starts crying, and she kind of just mourns with them the lives they thought they knew, and prepares. And she's like, okay. I want to know. Yeah. I feel like I felt the most myself I've ever felt here. And I want to see this through. And I couldn't have picked a better group to be here with.
I agree. Ready to find out our real lives. Because if this isn't our real life, I committed Grand Theft Auto and I can't go back to the 80s. So
Valid point.
Yeah.
I've kind of committed pretty early on.
Yeah. I don't know who we can trust here. I don't know if we've been told anything that's true, but I know I can trust both of you, and we'll figure it out together.
I mean, in the end,
So,
at least we have each other.
Yeah.
hey, new family. I don't mind.
All right.
Oh, hey, and Wolf, just a quick, maybe if you were yourself a little more, you might find that certain people might like you for you. Just a tip.
That's true. That's true.
Just a thought. Anyway.
We'll see about trying that, but we'll see.
Okay.
One step at a time.
So, are we ready to find out?
Heather wipes off her tears and her snot off her face. And she's like, all right,
Yep.
All right.
let's go back.
Back to wherever we're from.
That sounds
Back
like
to
a
our
movie
future.
title.
You step into the portal. A familiar sense of weightlessness overtakes you as you drift safely through the astral plane. Your wounds heal, and gentle music emanates from nowhere and everywhere. After a short time, you begin to feel yourselves be set down, and suddenly everything goes black. You open your eyes.
Heck yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Wow. Congratulations, everyone, on the end of season 1 of the Dungeon Club.
I wish I could hug you all right now.
I know,
Yeah.
I
I'm
kinda
so
want to
sad that I can't. Oh,
Someday.
oh god.
Wow, that was a critical hit to my feels, Mitch.
That's the goal.
Ooh.
Well, thank you, Danny, so much for gracing us
Yeah.
with your comedic
Yes,
genius.
Danny.
Amazing.
Bravo.
So good.
Bravo.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hope you had
It was fun getting to play a virgin. That took a lot of acting. No, I'm just kidding. That is a joke.
A true performance. Oh
Just
my
kidding.
god.
Don't tell my Catholic mom.
Amazing.
Well, I hope you guys all that are watching enjoyed the first season of the Dungeon Club. We will be back and announce when we are returning very soon. Until then, make sure to follow and hit that notification button for BuzzFeed Multiplayer, and you'll be notified when we're back. Thank you, Danny, once again for coming. Thank you, audience, for watching. Make sure to follow on Twitter also for all announcements at BuzzFeed Multiplayer, and make sure to use the hashtag the Dungeon Club for all fan art, tweets, etc. Can't wait to see you next season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any last words, everybody else? Any thoughts?
Yeah.
I just
I'm a glass case of
sorry,
emotion.
I just got to. I have to give big shout outs to, first of all, everyone behind the scenes, Jake and Brandon,
Yeah.
and everyone who makes this run so smoothly. They've crushed it because it's not easy doing this remotely,
Derek.
and they've made it real. Yes, Derek as
Jared.
well.
Jesse.
Spirit Captain Jay.
Woo!
And I also have to give a big shout out to Jesse for doing the amazing music and running it live every session. But also Jesse and Lawrence, aka Dr. Mechanica, who are my co-writers for this session, for this season. And they've helped me immensely create this story. So I could not have done it without them. They were super duper helpful. Yeah. That's my piece.
Thank you, Iffy. Thank you, Jenny, for joining the Dungeon Club for the first season. And I hope we're all back here very soon together.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. It's been a fantastic experience.
So with that, for the last time for this season, play that theme song. Cut to credits.
Ooh, three kids in high school get in a food fight. Principal sends them to detention. It's just a normal day in the 80s. There's something I didn't mention. You see that old janitor starts acting weird, and he throws them all in a closet. They fall through a portal, and to their surprise, there's a world in which they deposit. Oh yeah, alright. No dust, no dice. Your move. Let's find goblins and ghouls, knights and armor, mystical, ruthless, and savage. If you wanna defeat them, you'll find out what's your damage. Choose your weapon, cast a spell, roll the dice and rule. But at the end of the day, gotta get back to school. Alright, no dice, super duper dungeon club.